the network for the AV industry.
What are you listening to?
This
is AV.
This
is AVNation.
This is AVNation.
This is an AVNation special, Mental Health Amplified with QSC. This is Tom Albright with an AVNation special, taking a look at an upcoming concert with QSC called Mental Health Amplified. It's a virtual benefit concert. The concert itself will benefit the Priority Center in Orange County, California. Playing on Thursday, May 27th, is Cedric, Andy Vargas, and Solaris, and my guest, Mr. Lee Coulter. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And with us from QSC, the folks putting this on, is Mr. Brad Zell. Welcome, sir.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for having me, Tim. Great to see you.
Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Lee, we're going to start with you. How did you get involved in this benefit concert?
So, well, I've had a relationship with QSC for a few years now. Just always loved them as a sound company. They're like always the best sound. So reached out to them and started using their products. And when I've been doing live streams during the pandemic through them, through their kind of Facebook and social media. And then when they came to me with this idea for benefiting a mental health group, the Priority Center, it meant a lot to me because I didn't realize like why I wrote music for most of my life, most of my career, but I kind of do it to pick up my own peace of mind and realize that it helps others as well. So that's kind of like why I'm passionate about it.
Real quickly, Lee, on that, one of the things that a lot of artists like yourself did during the pandemic, right? They were able to connect with their fans, the folks that support them throughout the years, both with obviously album sales, but concert attendance as well. Talk about the ability to stream during an unprecedented event, at least in the last 100 years, a pandemic. We were all kind of locked down, and what that does to an artist like you, again, mental health, and how it's able to kind of maybe offset some of the negative effects of a pandemic.
Yeah, well, there's so many layers to what happened in the last year for me, both positive and negative. And I think that was probably true for many of us. I'm sure many artists, but most everyone. Firstly, it was kind of terrifying, just all that work, that traditional work that I was used to, that physical in the bar, do the gig, was gone. Fortunately, like you said, there was all this ability in the 21st century to have these live streams going. So it forced me to be creative in the studio and make sure that the sound sounded good and still provide something to people online that doesn't have the same human element, but what can I offer over a computer that does the thing. So it kind of made me think about art in a different way, in a more creative way, and what can I make this product if I'm not entertaining people in person, what can I do online? Made me think about that, and it was scary and forced me to do creative things. So it was the good and bad the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. Brad, let's bring you in on this. First and foremost, obviously, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. What kind of drove this desire? What kind of drove this benefit concert from QSC standpoint?
Yeah, so we have a group of employees that's formed a little committee at QSC called the Diversity and Inclusion Council. And since, I guess, June of last year, when we've kind of all started going through this pandemic, we've picked a topic every month to spread awareness and education across the company. And so the month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And so we have a few activities that we're doing education and awareness across the company about mental health and breaking the stigma of mental health and trying to stay mentally healthy. Because we always talk about staying physically healthy, but it's so important to also think about are we mentally healthy as well, and to work on that, especially during this crazy time. So one of the team members brought up the idea of doing a fundraiser, and one thing led to another. We had one of our team members that was already working with the Priority Center in Orange County, and so we partnered with them and decided to just to go for it. And so our technical production crew is Jam in the Van. So they're a partner of QSC's that basically specializes in live performance videos. And then they've also been able to figure out how to live stream super high quality audio and video, and they've become experts in that. And so we're basically doing it at the Jam in the Van headquarters. So anyway, it's been pretty great to kind of just utilize our partners and be able to do this fundraiser, because it's a great cause.
Talking for a second, Brad, about kind of the mixture here. We've got R&B, we've got Lee, a singer-songwriter. You got a good mix of folks. When you guys kind of put this together, did you look for that mix, or was it more like, these are the people that we have partnerships with, these are the folks that we like, we've obviously connected with them over the last year?
Yeah, the people that we selected are people that I have relationships with, that I have kind of deep enough relationships to know that, Lee has a message, and he has the most amazing positive message music. And Cedrice also is kind of like a spokeswoman for basically identity. And she has her own story with, being identity. And she's had a disease called alopecia that she's had to deal with her whole life. And then Andy Vargas, he also has a journey that's kind of around mental health, addiction and stuff like that. So we kind of hand selected 3 artists that have like a mental health related story, super positive message, and inspirational type of people that are also extremely talented.
Yeah. Lee, let's talk for a second about what people are going to experience on the 27th of May. Again, May 27th, 4 o'clock Pacific time. That is 7 o'clock Eastern. You can find out more. We'll put a link on this episode's page. You can go and find out how to connect with them. But if I'm coming to that, either virtually or in person in Southern California, what are we going to experience?
Well, so it's going to be the 3 acts, the 3 different bands. We're not going to actually be inside the van. Jam, if you've seen Jam in the Van before, they're kind of famous for having like rock bands inside this little van, and they put the sound system in there, and it's all sounding like professional studio quality. We're not doing it in the van yet because of still social distancing, just extra caution. But we're going to be outside of the van, just rocking out. The 3 of us are going to do 3 short little sets, and you're just going to live stream it there, and it's going to sound full, top quality audio and just positive vibes. Because like Brad said, the reason that I make music is to lift up souls, and it comes from the heart. And I realize that if I express myself in a way that transmutes whatever I'm feeling and makes me feel the thing that takes me to that next place, it tends to like come out and affect others. And that's what I've realized during the pandemic. That's what I get paid to do. So that's what I'll be doing that day for sure.
There is something there, Lee, and I want you to kind of expand on this for a second. There's, and I'm going to get this saying wrong, so I apologize in advance, whoever coined it or whoever came up with it. But there's a mental health or a psychological idea here that as you pour out into someone else, as you try to lift someone else up, as you encourage someone else, then you're being fed as well, right? You're being encouraged as well. It actually lifts your spirits to help someone else out. Talk about that phenomenon from a musician standpoint and what you're able to do. Because here's the thing: you and I together, I can call Lee and I can say, you know what, Lee, I think you're the best thing in the world. I freaking love your headband, and just connect right that. But you're able to do that on a much broader scale, a much wider scale, because you're on stage, not to be silly, but that's the thing, is you're one to many as opposed to one-on-one. Talk about what that does, both from your standpoint, but also to the audience standpoint.
Yeah, for me, there's no different, like, we're all just human beings, and what human beings enjoy is recognizing ourselves.
Yeah.
We have this desire to confirm our own existence. So when I recognize myself in you, when I recognize myself in others, there's something about that I either like, or maybe I don't like it because I don't like it in myself. So that's how I see the world. Well, all that I do when I get up on stage is offer something that is within you, within anyone, as far as the emotion goes, the emotion, the feeling, the longing, the joy, whatever it is, that's within every person in the audience. So if I can tap into that truth, my own version of that, if it's as true as possible and honest, people are going to see that, and they're going to see themselves in that, and that's what they're coming to see. They're not coming to see Lee Coulter look joyful. They're coming to see the idea that they can see joy, have joy as well. But that's why it works. That's why music's always worked, and that's why it's a thing.
I like that a lot. Brad, as we wrap up here, again, May 27th, just a couple days from now. What do you hope that folks get out of this? What do you hope that the attendees of this event take away from it?
I just hope people are inspired. I feel like, one of the goals of this is to just to share truth of people who have kind of like either struggled with mental health issues, but then music has kind of been a part that's helped their lives in helping them along their journey. It's kind of like connecting mental health with music and how those things are interrelated. And in general, the three artists we've picked are just so inspirational. Their stories, their music, just hoping that people are, get good feelings, good vibes off it, and are inspired by their stories and their lives.
All right, very good. Again, May 27th, you can go to the website one.bidpal.net/mental health amplified. We're also going to put a link to this on this episode's page. So thank you both so much. Lee, we'll give you the first one on this. If somebody wants to connect with you, find out more about your music, how do they do that?
Just leecoulter.com.
All right, very good. And Mr. Brad Zell, how do we find out more about QSC?
Yeah, just QSC.com. And I would encourage anyone who's listening to this right now to check out Lee's music. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's just a cool guy to hang out with. We've done this virtually. I've never seen the guy in person. So once all this passes, we will. So
I'm telling you, if you just listen to his music, you will feel better. It's almost like a formula. It's just great, great, great stuff.
All right, thank you both so much. Again, May 27th, 4 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock Eastern. You can find out more information at one.bidpal.net/mental health amplified. Again, we'll put a link on this episode's page for us, for AVNation. Go by our website, AVNation.tv. That's AVNation.tv. Find programs like this and a host of others, including our 2 weekly programs. One's called AV Week. It looks at the commercial side of the industry, and Resi Week looks at the residential side. All that and more at AVNation.tv. That's AVNation.tv.